Hello guys. Hello. Hello. Hello guys, welcome one and all to today's brand new live stream. Today we are gonna stream Codechef Status 198 contest, and as of now till 10 p.m. I'm not gonna give any answers. Till then we are just gonna discuss how we can solve these questions. So we'll go to the first question of the day, which is basically a very easy one. So the question is, make cat. Uh, Chef loves cats, tries to search for them everywhere. Today's chef saw a string S of length 3 consisting of lowercase English letters only. Your task is to tell chef whether he can rearrange the letters of string S to form the word cat. Input format. The first and the only line of input contains a single string S of length 3 containing only lowercase alphabets, and output is yes if letter S can be used to form cat and no otherwise. So it is a very easy question where, okay, so our first question, make cat. So basically what they have given, there's a 3 letter string, and so there will be 3 characters basically. Consider it A B C. So now with this A B C, okay, wait just a second. Instead of ABC, I'll take it 1, 2, 3. Let it be character C1, C2, and C3 in the string. In that, using C1, C2, C3, if you can make the word cat, you have to return yes. If not, if you can, then yes. If you can, then yes. If you can't, then you have to return no. So basically, if the word can be rearranged, if the word can be rearranged, if cat possible, yes, else no. This is basically what we need here. So what is this is the intuition basically, whatever I said now. What is the approach we can use for this question is approach. Just compare. Okay, just take a input string input, and then compare a sorted version. Compare sorted version. We'll sort here. Anyone in the chat, why sorting? Why are we sorting here? Anyone? So anyone in the chat, why we are gonna sort here? So we'll sort it because if two strings are anagrams, then the sorted versions is same. So for example, ABA is an anagram. Anagram means even from the starting or from the, if we read from the first to last or from last to first, the word will be the same. So now what we'll do, so this code can be simply written, create a function, any one function. We'll take what, define cat, then take input, then put if condition and sorting in the if condition. If that is there, output is yes, else no. This is basically what was the first question, guys. I'm not gonna give the code as of now, so yeah, that's the hint for this question. Anyone in the chat, how do you think, what do you think is the time complexity of this code? What can be the time complexity of this code? It's very easy, the time complexity. I mean, the time complexity there, we are just using a simple string. It is basically sorting just three characters, which is O of 3, which will be simplified to order of 1. And then space complexity, again O of 1, because there are a few variables, that's all. O of 1. So now, if anyone has any doubts in the first question, please put it in the comment section. If everyone are clear with this, we'll go to the next question. So I'll be waiting for the chat to respond. So I guess everyone are clear with the first question, guys. We'll go to our second question. The second question will, our second question is decoration discount. Chef wants to decorate his house a bit, so he decides to buy exactly 2 flower vases. The shop has n flower vases all arranged in a line. The price of ith vase AI, it's guaranteed that all AI are even. I'm sorry. If chef buys vase number I, the price of vase number I plus 1 will be halved and no other discounts are available. Find the minimum cost of buying two different vases. So what is the first input format? We'll just look into the input format. Single line of integer t, which will get us the test cases. Then a test case consists of 2 lines of input. First one is n, which stores the number of vases in the store, and the second line is space separated integers a1, a2, a3, a4, a5 to an, which will have the prices of vases. Now, what is the output format? We have to give a one single line of answer. Cost of buying minimum cost of buying two different vases. So now constraints given are the max price is 100 and the minimum price is 2. So there is no fraction, you will be getting it here. So yeah, we'll go to the question, minimum cost of vases. So we'll just see one example here. Test case 1. In the sample input there are 3 test cases. The first test case, there are 4 n I'll just okay. The value of n they have given us 4, and buying one vase 1 will have the price of vase 2. So the overall cost is gonna be 10 plus 14 by 2, which is 17. And this will be the this will be the least one. We'll check how this okay. 4, 10, 14, 18, 8. Okay. Minimum cost of vase. Min cost of vases. Two vases. So, what is that given? First, it will have test cases, and then the value of n, number of vases. I just consider this to be an array. Okay, so just a second. There is not the array. Next, there is an array A, which consists of the cost of this n vases cost, which starts from a of I. Sorry, a of what is given in the question? A of 1 or a of I? Okay, this starts from a of 1. This starts from a of 1 to a of n. So in the first example, what is given? They are given test case 1. The value of n is equal to 4. And the values of n, this thing, the array whichever is given, the elements there are 10, 14, 18 and 8. So now we'll take the different cases here. First case 10. We'll consider this is first vase, second vase, third vase and fourth vase. So there are 4 vases here. Now if I take the first vase, the cost is gonna be 10 plus 14 divided by 2, which is equal to 10 plus 7, which is equal to 17. Our second case now, 14 plus 18 by 2, which is equal to 14 plus 9 equal to 23. And in our third case, 18 plus 8 by 2, which equal to 18 plus 4, 22. Are you guys clear with it? We are only considering the adjacent weights because it is very adjacent cost, because it's very obvious that they have given that this is the only type of discount, only discount available. So this is the only possible way we'll get the least cost most of the times. So yeah, we'll be considering only this. The next price will be high. So now the output which will get us, we have three here. 3 different outputs we have. Which is the smallest? The smallest is 17. So we'll get 17 as the output for this. So the output for this will be what was that? That 10, 7, and then 18 and 8. Sorry, 10, 14, 18 and 8. For this test case given input, the output is gonna be 17. This is the input and this is the output. So is everyone clear, guys? So if everyone are clear with this, we'll just look how we can do this question. Now, what is the incu? I've explained you guys the question. Now, quickly intuition. 2 different flower vases. A, B. Total cost. Cost minimal. Minimum. If he buys a vase I. If he buys. Okay, just a second. If he buys I. then I plus 1 will be, cost of I plus 1 will be I plus 1, uh, cost of I plus 1 divided by 2. So it will be half the cost, and there is there are no further multi-ways discounts, and we can't do any cascading or anything. So now what we'll do is we'll consider all the pairs ij, consider all pairs ij, all the pairs ij pairs where I not equal to j, only that condition will check. And if j is equal to I plus 1, the adjacent ones, in that case what will happen? In this case, the price of j is equal to 1 by 2 of original price, original price of j. So now we'll go to the approach how we can solve this. If there will be one if case, j equal to I plus 1, then a of j equal to 1 by 2 is hard. Okay, I'll just write it as is hard. Is hard if I is equal to j plus 1, then a of I will be hard. And in the first condition, this is the first condition, this is our second condition, and our third condition is else there won't be any discount, else no discount. Okay, so we'll complete the valid cases. How we'll do this? For we'll compute the valid cases. Now we'll compute the valid cases. So for this, what are we gonna do? Read n first and array a, initialize min cost, initialize min cost, loop, run a loop from I to n minus 1, and we have to skip the case where skip if I equal to j, and then we have to apply our discount logic. If not, in else discount logic, which is basically this thing which we discussed, the first and second condition. If j is equal to I plus 1, a of j by 2. If I is equal to j plus 1, a of I by 2. I'll simply write it as short here, discount logic. If j equal to I plus 1, cost is equal to ai plus aj by 2. Next, if I is equal to j plus 1, cost is equal to ai by 2 plus aj. So else, the last case, no discount case, cost is equal to a of I plus a of j. So this is very simple one. Now what we'll do, finally we'll come out of this and we'll do We'll update our min cost. Update min cost, whichever is lower, the lower with the lower value. And finally, we'll come out of the loop and print the min cost. That's the simple way. So in a very simple case, if you wanna do this, the most naive approach without any optimizations, if you are doing it, the time complexity is gonna be O of n square, and the space complexity for an array, it's gonna be O of n. I guess with this anyone can write the code, guys. I mean, I have given the complete pseudo code. You guys can easily write a code for this. Then currency exchange problem. The question says, we'll go to the question, the third question. Currency exchange problem. So yeah, what does the question say? Currency exchange, sorry, just a second, guys. Yep. So the next one is currency exchange. What does this question say? Chef has A1 gold coins and B1 silver coins with him. He can perform three types of transformations: pay 1 gold coins and receive 5 silver coins. This can be done only if he has at least 1 gold coin. Next, pay 5 silver and receive 1 gold coin. This can be done only if he has 5 silver coins. Discard 1 gold coin and 1 silver coin. This can be only done if he has at least 1 gold coin and at least 1 silver coin. Is it possible using these transformations for the chef to end up exactly with A2 gold coins and B2 silver coins? So the output is yes or no, basically a boolean output with yes or no. Input format test single integer t, which is denoting number of test cases, and then first and the only line of test cases with four space separated integers a1, b1, a2, b2, which is initial and target of gold and silver coins. So now output format, as I said, yes or no. Constraint is that the number of test cases is lower than 1000 and greater than 1, or greater than or equal to 1, and a1, b1, a2, b2, the coins can be either 0 also, and it can be max 1000. So anything in between 0 to 1000 is what is given. Example 1, a1 is equal to, okay, in the first test case we'll see what is the first test case, 2121. So here a1 and b1 and a1 and a2 and b1 and b2 are same. So in this case there's nothing that we should do because it's already done. If we see the second case, 2115, and in this case it's not possible for us to do because it is impossible to obtain 1 gold coin and 5 silver coins because there are already there is 1 silver coin. So if we exchange our 1 gold coin also, we'll be getting 5 silver coins, which will add up 6 silver coins. So this is not possible. Now there's a question. Now we'll see what is the intuition or the approach, how we can solve this question. Okay, so if we go to the question, here we are. Now we'll just see the intuition. A1 gold coins, B1 silver coins initially, and A2 comma B2 is target. So that's what is the thing. And he can perform how many operations? He can perform three operations. Three operations. Which are they? 1 gold to 5 silver. For that, must have 1 gold. Must have 1 gold. I'll just move my screen a bit. For that, he must have 1 gold. Or the second one is 5 silver, 1 gold. For that, must have, what is the condition here? He must have 5 silver. Now, the third condition is he can discard 1 gold plus 1 silver, both together. For that, must 1 gold and 1 silver. This is and, guys. Be very careful. This with this last condition. They have said that he should be able to. He can discard only if there is a case where he has 1 gold and 1 silver. We took an example here. The second one. Okay, the second one. Where is this? Just a second. Okay, what was this? 2115. 2115, right? One example which we took. 2115. In this example, if the third condition was or, which is not in this case. If in case, if it was or, for this test case the answer output would have been yes. Why? Because we'll just convert it and then we'll drop the silver, one extra silver coin we are gonna drop. This 2 gold coins will split 1 gold coin and 5 silver coins. Now, if in case, I'm saying if it was or, that's why I told you guys to remember the last condition very carefully. So now, what is the number of silver coins in the target? It is 5 plus the initial 1. Now, if it was or, I would have discarded this. But in this question, they have clearly given that it is and. Both of them should be there. Both gold, silver. 1 gold and 1 silver should be discarded if you are discarding. So this case is a wrong one. So this won't work now. So now, how can we solve this? Anyone in the chat? What is the way we can solve this question, guys? Any of you in the chat, if you guys quickly say, I'm gonna Vinny, if it's also an emergency, we are not gonna solve any questions before 10 o'clock. We are not gonna give any other quotes. You can wait until we come. It might be an emergency for you, but we can't give you the answers before the contest ends. Okay? So yeah, we have seen our intuition and all. Okay, so we'll just see what is our intuition, the core idea or intuition. Just a second, I'll just write it as intuition. There are 3 operations: OP1, OP2, OP3. The basic idea is to make A1 equal to A2, B1 equal to B2, initial equal to target. This is the only thing you have to make basically. For that we have 3 operations. The first one is, for the first operation it is +1 comma, sorry guys, I'm really sorry. What is the first condition? We will be dropping 1 gold and getting silver coins +5. The second one is reverse of this, +1 -5. And the third one is -1 comma -1. I hope everyone are very clear with what I said just now. So now we'll take non-negative integers xyz, non-negative, non-negative integers x, y, z, x into minus 1 plus y into plus 1 plus z into minus 1 will take this is equal to dx. Dx is equal to x. Give me a second. X into minus 1, and we'll take one more. Dy is equal to x into plus 5 plus y into minus 5 plus z into minus 1. So now we'll just simplify both of these. When you simplify both of them, what is it gonna be? Minus x plus y minus z is equal to dx. 5x minus 5y minus z is equal to dy. This is x. Okay, again. Minus x. Yep. So if we go on simplifying these equations, what we are gonna get is on further simplification. I'm not gonna do all those math here. This basic maths everyone can simplify an equation, so just simplify the equation. You will finally get what? 6x minus 6y plus dx equal to dy, and on furthermore simplification of this is 6x minus y, 6 into x minus y equal to dy minus dx. This is the equation which you need. Remember this equation. Now finally what you should do, finally you need to check if dy minus dx is divisible by, okay, if I write it will be mod, if this is divisible by 6, then solution exists, else it won't exist. So finally what we should do, finally what we should do is perform the operation, perform operations with available with initial coins, with initial coins. So yeah, approach, as I very clearly said, it's a very simple approach for this. It is some math we are gonna use for this. Yeah, so what we'll do here is approach dx equal to a2 minus a1, dy equal to b2 minus b1. We have to compute this thing, and then what we'll do is, this is our first step, and in our second step what we'll do is just a second guys. I'm sorry for the disturbance, guys. First, in our first way, what we'll do, we are gonna calculate dx is equal to a2 minus a1, dy is equal to b2 minus b1, and finally in our second condition, as I told, the value of dy minus dx divided by 6 should not be equal to 0. In this case, what will happen? Will return no, else will return yes. Else, okay, else will return yes. So that's all basically. Pseudocode, if anyone wants. Entity, then take the input, input entity, then decrement t, while t minus minus will be also taking a1, b1, a2, b2, dx is equal to a2 minus a1, dy is equal to b2 minus b1. Now just put the initial conditions we had, if condition and the else condition. Probably this might need some other optimizations to run in the this thing, but I hope this is gonna run. This code is it should run in this thing. Now we'll go to our fourth question, or you guys want the answers for these three? Well, just a second. We'll go to our next question. So what is our next question? Minimum, maximum. Okay, so the fourth question. Now I am here, Vinny. You can get it here now. The fourth question, here it is. Okay, just give me a second. So the fourth question also, eh? So coding, can you please let me know if any other simple approach, if you feel, it's okay. Tell me any other approach if you can, coding. Okay, coding, what do you think we can use as an approach? Thanks, Ghost Ranger. Okay, tell me. Yeah, yeah, we'll discuss the three questions. It is fine. We'll take a 5 minutes discussion time. It can be solved in many other ways. I do know that. I just chose math over other stuff so that you will need lesser, whatever you say, lesser optimizations. Basically, you might be aware of this thing. Okay, first calculate max silver coins possible for both initial and final. Then use this condition. Yeah, you can do that way also. Ghost Ranger, do you have any other approach? Okay, final smaller than initial, and initial minus final divided by 6 is equal to 0. Okay, this can be done. This can obviously this can be done. This is absolutely correct. You can do it this way. Coding, what is your approach? Add timestamps for the questions. Sure, I'll try to add it after the stream. Okay, so I'll give you guys one more pseudocode. I'll directly go to the pseudocode. Yeah, I'll come to fourth. Vinny, I'll definitely come to four. We'll try to solve all the six questions. Just a second. We'll solve the third question in one more way, since you guys asked for it. I'll give you even simpler way. Just call a function with any one random name. Okay, I'll just give you a Python pseudocode or any one pseudocode. Def possibility with the values a1, b1, a2, b2. Okay, then initial value, you take the initial value. Okay, first take the initial val equal to a1 into 5 plus b1, target equal to a2 into 5 plus b2. Okay, so for one simple condition which we can put here is, if target greater than initial val, will directly go for no. If not, then we'll go for the conditions which you guys said. Inval minus target divided by 6 not equal to 0, return no, and then if not, else yes. And then take your input, basically t is equal to int input, do all those stuff, do all those for I in range and whatever it is. You guys know how to take input in Python, so yeah, that's all. Input for, yeah, that's all input you guys take. This is one way to solve it. So yeah, this is a simpler approach. Yep, I did it. Coding. One more condition, when initial not equal to target, then initial should be greater than target. Yes, that is added. I did add that. Now we'll go to the fourth question. Many people are waiting for the fourth question, I guess. We'll go to the fourth question. I need hotspot. Just a second, guys. I'm opening the fourth question. Just have, yes. Okay, I'll go to the fourth question. Give me a minute. Is this your fourth question, Vinny? Minimize maximum max. Just give me a sec. Okay. Hello, guys. So, minimize maximum max. The max of an array is defined to be smallest non-negative integer not present in it. For example, max of 2312 is equal to 0 and mix of 2 comma 0 comma 3 is equal to 1. So no, it was basically the smallest non-negative integer not present. If there is an integer from 1 to 100 having every number, so the minimum in non-negative integer that's not present in it is 0. We'll be writing 0 here. So there is the mix array, meaning of mix array or mix whatever it is, mix of an array. So now you are given two arrays A and B both of length n. Okay, so two arrays are there with A and B both of length n. You can perform the following operation on the arrays. Choose an index I which is greater than or equal to 1 and lesser than or equal to n, and swap ai and bi, and you have to find the minimum possible max value of max of max a and max b if you are allowed to perform as many operations as you want. So you can perform n operations here. If you are given to perform n operations, input format is, first line is test cases. Obviously test case consists of 3 lines of input. First line of each test case is single line integer n length of array. Second line is a1 a2 up to an. Third line is b1 b2 up to bn. Okay, so the output is output is the maximum of max a or max b. So if here we'll take one simple example. Okay, so first test case, what is there given? I is equal to 1, we have to swap a1 b1, then a is equal to 1 1, b is equal to 0 0. This gives max of a is 0 and max of b is equal to 1. So the maximum is 1 and this is optimal. Now what I'm gonna do is, if anyone has any doubts in the questions, guys, please let me know. Any doubts in the question? Is the question clear in the chat? If the question itself is not clear, there's no point in going for the approach. So is the question clear, chat? Okay, which question do you want, Ghost Ranger? Which question do you want? Ghost Ranger, if you had solved this question, can you give the approach for this? If you are ready with it. I hope the question is clear. Go to stable diffusion. Yeah, sure, I'll go to it. Leave no witness. So you don't want me to do this question? Just let me check the question. Okay, stable diffusion. I'll definitely go to it. Give me some time. We'll go. Well, there are 4 more questions, so we'll just speed up quickly. Someone was asking this question. So yeah. So I have already explained this question very clearly. Min, max, whatever it is, max. Now, what is this max? Problem I have said, intuition, I have already explained it with the question. Now approach. Approach which we'll use here is, ha, count the total. First step, count the total occurrence, which is, we'll take it as p of x. Second one is double appearances, which will take as both x. Okay, so then in our third step, what we'll do is find candidate, find I'm sorry guys, find candidate 1, first number, this is the first number x such that p of x equal to 0, and it does not exist at all in the combined arrays. This does not exist. So this is the possible mix. So this is the possible mix. This is the possible mix. After this, what we'll do, we'll build the list. Fourth step, build list. Build list L. And then fifth step, we'll just do find candidate 2. Find candidate 2 where length of the list is greater than or equal to 2. Then we can't force both the arrays. And then so what we need here, we need at least one copy of x in both arrays. One copy is needed. One copy is needed. So candidate 2 is equal to L1. I'll just write can2 equal to L1, which becomes the first x we cannot include in both arrays. Can't include in both arrays. So once this is done, we'll go to the finally what we'll do, if not enough swappable values, if not enough swap values, what we'll do, candidate 2 is equal to n plus 1, which is impossible high value, and finally we'll return the answer in the sixth step. Okay, we'll return the answer, which is the max of max a comma max b. I'll write the pseudocode quickly and we'll jump to the sixth question. Since people are requesting that question, we'll go to that question. Vinny, it's not actually difficult. It is solvable. रुक जाओ एक मिनट विनी. I will just give you the pseudo code. ठीक है? So, what does the pseudo code will do? So, we'll go to our code now. Quickly, okay, we'll quickly wind up this and we'll go. First, take input. I won't tell this input and all. Code, I'll not tell this input stuff and all. Very basic. Input your n. Input A list. Input B list. List. Now, what you will do? px. Total occurrences. This is total occurrences. P is equal to, you will give 0 into n plus 2 position 0 this is, both is equal to again 0 into n plus 2. Then for loop, I am giving the Python pseudocode itself for a comma b. What you will do in zip this a b, zip a comma b. A comma b are our lists. First thing, if condition here a equal to b, both a plus equal to 1, p of a plus equal to 2. Else, our second condition, p of a plus equal to 1, p of b plus equal to 1. So now first candidate, for the first candidate what we'll do, c1 I'll write equal to 0, while we'll run a while loop, p of c1 candidate 1 greater than 0, c1 plus equal to 1, increment candidate with 1, and next we'll build a list equal to, now what we'll do, for x in the range of c1, we'll run one more for loop for x in range c1 candidates, this is c1 candidates 1, will give a if condition if p of x greater than or equal to 1 and both x equal to 0, L dot append will append to the list, will append x to the list. Now we'll come to our candidate c2. What we'll do here, c2, for c2's case, if length of L is greater than or equal to 2, in that case what we'll do here, c2 equal to L1 candidate equal to list position 1, else candidate c2 equal to n plus 1, which is our impossibly high thing. Now our answer is equal to min or max. What is our answer finally? We have to give the minimum of these two, min of c1 comma c2, print answer. So that's all. I hope Vinny, I hope this should be clear to you. Vinny, quickly reply in the chat if it's clear to you. I'll wait for Vinny to respond and we'll go to the 6th question as requested by Ghost Ranger. What was the 6th question? I need to check. I hope stable diffusion easy is fine, or you want the harder version. I'll go with both easy and the harder version, Ghost Ranger. Vinny, quickly respond so that I'll move on to the next question. Okay. Okay, Ghost Ranger, I'll go to it. Guys, anyone in the chat, respond if this question is clear so that we can move to the next question. Be quick, guys. We'll move to the diffusion question. Anyone in the chat, guys? Hello. So, okay, fine. I'm not getting any replies. I don't know how many of you are here. Or did all of you sleep? For this question, I'll directly open my Codechef account. Compete 198. Where was the question, guys? The stable diffusion. Yep. So here we are. We'll read out the question quickly. Stable diffusion. Easy. This is the easy version of the problem STDIF. Okay, whatever it is. Difference between the constraint n here. Sum won't exceed 300. Suppose you have an array of A of length m. Every element A is either 1 or 2. Consider the another array of length B. Okay. Uh, sorry. Consider another array B of length m. Initially, bi is equal to 0 for all I. You can perform the following operation. Choose an index I, which is in between 1 and m, including both. And then a of I is equal to 1. Add 1. If a of I is equal to 1, add 1 to b of I. If a of I is equal to 2, add 1 to all of b of I minus 1, b of I, and b of I plus 1. Okay, in the addition is done only to valid elements, particularly if b of I and or, it can be and or it can just be or, b of I plus 1 does not exist due to their respective indices falling in 1 comma m, the corresponding elements are ignored. A is said to be stable if the array B can be made a palindrome after performing a positive number of the above operation. You are given an array A of length n, each element of which is either 1 or 2. Count the number of empty contiguous subarrays of A that are stable. Input format. First line as always the test case. The second one, each test case has two lines of input. The first one is n, which is the length, which is the size of array. Is it? The first line of contains a single digit n, which is the length of array, yeah. And the second line consists n spaced integers a1, a2, a3 up to n. So this is what it is. Now, output what we should give? For each test case, a new line of answer, the number of non-empty contiguous subarrays of A that are stable. Constraint n is smaller than 300, and in the hard version, the cases, we are not going to it anyhow. So yeah, we'll just solve the easy one. This is a bit of a complex question, so we'll just see the test cases. Subarrays 1 and 2 are okay. There is in test case 1, uh, a of n, the length of n is equal to 2, and here they have given subarray 1 and 2 are stable. This is because choosing I is equal to 1 will give B is equal to 1 for both of them, which is a palindrome. The subarray 1 2 is also stable since choosing I is equal to 2, B is equal to 1 1, which is also a palindrome. Okay, now we'll quickly go to our discussion screen. Ghost Ranger, if you are here, quickly respond in the chat. So stable diffusion. Next question is stable diffusion. Stable diffusion. Okay. We'll summarize this question quickly, guys. But then I'm still waiting for Ghost Ranger's response. I guess Ghost Ranger slept. So yeah, we'll go. Anyone in the chat, quickly respond, guys. So we'll quickly recap our problem. We'll end it up quickly with this question. You are given with an array of size array A of size n, consisting of elements which are either 1 or 2. You choose another array B with initially all zeros initially. You can choose one index once, exactly once. One index exactly once. What you can do for this? And for this we can do two things. The first thing and the second thing we'll discuss. If a of I equal to 1, we'll add 1 to b of I. Am I correct? Next, in our second condition, what is our second condition? A of I equal to 2. In this condition, what we'll do? Add 1 to b of I minus 1, b of I, sorry, b of I minus 1, b of I, and b of I plus 1. And there's a condition only if existing, only if exists. Okay. Now, a subarray is called stable if we apply this operation. The resulting array B, resulting B is palindrome. If B is palindrome, then what we call A as stable. That is what is the question basically. STPL stable, correct. So now what you should do is count non-empty contiguous subarrays of A that are stable. That's the question basically. So our intuition for this, intuition Ghost Ranger, if you are here, what is the intuition you use for this question? Okay, I'll tell you the intuition. I'll quickly walk in through the question so that now our intuition here is for each subarray, simulate operations to build B. Here the main idea is the first condition, array B starts as all 0. The second one is apply operation for each index based on our value of a. Now after all operations, find if B is please don't ask me how to find a palindrome. So we have to find B if B is a palindrome. Now there are some condition here for simulating every subarray which is equal to the time is gonna be very high. If you directly simulate what it will be, n is equal to 300 into O power of n cube times. So this is not gonna work. What we'll do is we'll go for an approach where we'll bring it total number of subarray equal to n into n plus 1 by 2, which is basically the number of subarrays. Then it counts. Then what we should do? Count number of unstable. Using some tricks which is like which is something based on alternating patterns, which is called as clever heuristics. Clever heuristic is basically one simple approach which they use in CP, guys, where you will go for efficiency than trying for exhausting approaches where you will have to calculate a lot more. In this problem, instead of counting, we are gonna reduce here itself. Instead of O of n cube, we'll bring it down to n into n plus 1 by 2. Now we'll quickly go to our approach. I'm gonna wind it up quickly. Approach, calculate subarrays. I told what it is, equal to n into n plus 1 by 2. Unstable, initial unstable is equal to 0, initialize it. There's our first step. So there's our first step. Going on to our second step. For every possible subarray, I'll put subarray starting at index. We'll just take index 1. We'll take one variable here. We'll extend the subarray. For every subarray starting at index 1, we'll extend the subarray to index r. Just take a index r. What we'll do here, after this, we'll track the segment track alternating 1 and 2. So yeah, there's how. And after once you do this, the next step is, whenever you find a repetition, a of r is equal to a of r minus 1, one alternating segment will end. One alternating segment is gonna end. Next, when subarray count, next we'll put one more condition. When subarray count or subarray length is greater than or equal to 4. When subarray like this is found, what we'll do is, we'll count number of alternating segments. And next what we'll do, if segment is odd and also it forms palindrome, and each segment length greater than or equal to 3, keep it as unstable. Okay. And finally, if unstable, increase the count of unstable. So that's all. Finally we'll print the unstable. Print unstable. Now what I'll do, the time complexity of this is gonna be, for the worst case, it's gonna be O of n cube but this is gonna run because the n value is 300 here in this case, and the space complexity for this is gonna be O of n. I'll directly code for this, no need of a pseudocode. Even I have to solve this question, so I'm gonna code directly. Give me a second so that I'll start coding. Okay. All odd length subarrays are stable. Okay, unstable is the name of the variable I just use here, man. Okay. We are calculating. That's what. You'll get it in the code. Just give me a second. I'll go to the coding part. I'll code in Python quickly. Import sys input is equal to sys dot stdin dot read line. Give me a second, guys. I'll just take a break. Small break. 2 seconds. Okay. I'll just drink some water and I'll continue. Ghost Ranger, I'm telling you, I'm trying this for the first time, so there's a condition that this might not work. We'll try. If this does not work, we'll try some other approach, but we'll solve this today. Now, I'll just call a function with my name. Define Ranjan t is equal to int input. Next, for underscore n range t, n is equal to int input, and then a is equal to give me a second. List map int comma dot split so the total is equal to total number of subarrays n into n plus 1 divided by 2. Unstable is equal to 0 for ln range n. We'll take our segments is equal to an empty array. Current length We'll take the current length, will initialize it to 1. Now we'll take a sorry guys, we'll take one more for loop for r in range of n once again. Sorry, for r in range of l plus 1 comma n. What we have to do here, current length is equal to, sorry, let's increment the current length. Ah shit, sorry guys. If yeah what was the condition of r minus 1? A of r is equal to a of r minus 1. Yep, a of r minus 1. Give it a tab. Will increment our current length, else segments dot append current length. Now m is equal to r minus 1, sorry, r minus l plus 1, r minus l plus 1 if m greater than or equal to 4 and m and 1 equal to 0. What is the condition we have here? Cannot count the number of alternative segments. We have to count the number of alternative segments. So for that, what I'll do, k is equal to length of segments plus 1 give me some seconds guys, I need to check it again. We'll go back. Okay, count number of if segment tag and forms palindrome, each code unstable. Go back. Yeah, so now we have to k is equal to length of segments plus 1 if k and 1 is equal to 1, s is equal to length of segments. OK is equal to, we'll take true. if s greater than 0 and segments of 0 equal 0 not equal to the current length I hope it won't give any TLE. Okay, it was my output. It was giving a wrong output. Let me just check where is the mistake. Oof, guys. Give me a minute, let me check. Give me a second, guys. Let me take a second break. Okay, so we'll just check. There was some indentation errors, probably. Else the code is the same. I just changed the spacing in some situations. I'll run it again before submitting. Well, Ghost Ranger, I hope it won't give me a TLE. I don't know if it's optimized enough or not. Okay. I'm surprised it ran. I'll directly visualize my code. Okay, imported a module. So this does work. Wait, since there were some mistakes or doubts, I'll just put comments for this. I'll just add some comments for this. Give me a second. This is basically our importing stuff. Import stuff. Then I made a function with my own name. Main function. This is basically next here. For all those 3 lines, it's input handling. This is the number of subarrays, I guess. Total subarrays. This is a count of unstable. No. This is a starting index of for loop, and then this is the length of segments. The next one is length of segment. There is no need. The current next this current length one. This is current alternating run length. Length of and the segment is length of alternating runs. And next for R in range, ending index, the first if condition, alternating continue, break, else break, break alternating, then this one is a current subarray length, current subarray length, current subarray length, and the next one is for even length. We'll check even length greater than or equal to 4, and next k is the total segments, and next we'll check odd segments, odd number of segments, next checking palindrome is here. This checks the palindrome. I won't explain how to check a palindrome, it's a very basic question. And finally this printing is okay. This will increment the unstable, mark as or increment unstable. This is unstable count. This is my final answer. Stable subarrays, stable subarray count. And then this is basic execution. I'm submitting it again so that you can get this from submissions also. Yeah. So I guess this is clear for you guys. I have written the code, I've explained the approach. If anyone has any doubts regarding this, please let me know in the comment section. I'll definitely try to explain you it in the comment section. And today we reached our highest watching of 17 or 20 users at a time. Thank you for all your love and support, guys. I mean, I guess this is enough for today. It's a 2 hours of live streaming. People have said that those two things are these two questions were easy, not these two. Let me just show you which was the easy question. Yeah, people said that leave no witnesses was easy, as well as restricted removals was also easy. So I guess there's no need. If anyone needs answer for those two also, please let me know. I'll definitely answer you guys. I'll surely answer you guys in the comment section. And with that, we are gonna end today's live stream. Thank you everyone. Thank you everyone for joining today's live stream. And this was one of the best live stream with a lot of chat activity. And there were 8 people watching even in the end of a 2 hours stream. So yeah, I'm really happy about it. Thank you again each and everyone. Please like the video, share the video, and also subscribe to the channel and keep the notifications on. Probably tomorrow or day after tomorrow I'll be up with one more new live stream with a very different topic this time. And yeah, that's all for today's live stream. Have a good night. Have a good day tomorrow. All the best, guys. Thank you for joining to the live stream. Bye bye. Let's end the live stream for today.